I've currently stressed myself out, and instead of working on what's stressing me out, because like I just honestly just overbooked myself. Um, Am I in focus? I think I am. Yeah, I just overbooked myself. Kind of got a little bit greedy, so I have a bunch of videos to edit, and currently I'm waiting on to see if I'm going to be shooting this afternoon. I don't want to shoot this afternoon, so instead of just mindlessly scrolling, I am gonna test out some stuff. Currently, I have the 720B set up in my living room, and I also got the Pablo Slim 120C. So today I want to emulate like a TV. Like I want to use the effects in the 720B and the 120C to emulate a TV scene, and I just want to see how it looks comparing the two and when I would use one or the other. This is because earlier in the year we shot in a movie theater for a short film directed by Tim Heath, and he had the movie actually playing, where in my head I thought it would have been better to use a light with a big diffusion and just set to like a bad bulb or a TV setting. So I am trying that in practice for myself right now. So we have two modifiers that we're gonna try with the 720B for this test. We have an umbrella, and we have, I think that's a 60-inch softbox. Yeah, this is the 60-inch Octaquick softbox. So we are going to start off with the umbrella. Yeah, and just let's get into the test, but quickly before we get into the test, I just want to show y'all, for those who don't know, how to set up a umbrella very quickly and efficiently. So once you unraveled your diffusion, you slap it right over the umbrella in itself. You find the hole in your umbrella, making sure everything is correctly covered. And once you find a hole in your umbrella, you just, well, no having to put on the umbrella afterward, or the diffusion afterwards. That's honestly a waste of time. Don't do that. Where's my phone? I had it somewhere. Cool. So right now we're looking at the 720B with the umbrella on. I'm using the TV effect in the non-link up. I have the CCT set to 5600K, the CCT shift set to 2000K, and the speed of the transition in of itself is 14. I have it dimming between 4 and 7%. I'm thinking I may want to lower that. So let me try this again. Right now, we are looking at the 720B in the umbrella at its closest setting, like closest to the actual material of the umbrella. No reflector on the 720B used. It's dimming between 1 and 3%. The CCT is set to 5600K. CCT shift set to 2000K, and the speed of the effect is 14. Using the non-link app for this effect, this is the TV effect, and this is, I think I'm going to keep these settings. I'm just going to adjust the dimming on the thing. That's the only thing that I think I'll be adjusting, because I'm assessing the light quality and just the effect in it of itself. I think, oh, I can set it to off. So I think I like that. I can turn completely off. And for that, I think I'll set, no, that's too much. So right now it's between 0 and 5%. And I'm thinking I'm gonna decrease the speed to maybe 6. What's that? Yeah. I think I like that. I think I like, only thing I don't like right now is the position of the light. I wish I could have gotten a bit lower, because I would like more of this to be filled. Yeah, I need a smaller C-stand. Okay. What I've done now is pushed the umbrella farther away from the distance of the light. So before, say this is the light and this is the back of the umbrella, it was like this. Now the distance is wider, so it fills up more of the umbrella, and this should theoretically give a much softer light source. Settings have not changed between now the last test and this one, so we're gonna try some other stuff. So right now we're looking at the umbrella, so same 720p. So right now we're looking at the 720p shot through the umbrella with no diffusion at the front. This should give a harder light than the previous two examples. And maybe if I pause the effect, 1 second, we can actually see that. So I'd like to say I'm getting a harder, you could see a harder transition right here. Yeah, I think I get a harder transition of light right here also. Don't know why I have that at maxed, but yeah, I still don't. The light position is also still not ideal because I just feel like it's way too far up, like I was saying before. Let's try one more setup with the umbrella. So right now, I've pushed the umbrella. So originally it was like this. Now it's like this, the distance between the light and the umbrella. So that's what we're looking at right now. This should give it its hardest, this should produce harder light in this configuration because the light source in itself is smaller. Personally, I think I like how this looks, though maybe it's just overall a bit too bright on my monitor. Let me check my levels. Right now we're shooting at, on the 24-105 f4 at f4 on the R5C. Long GOP, shooting at ISO 1600, I believe. So I might lower the ISO down to 800, maybe. This is something I'd have to look at in post. I feel if I was farther away, this light would look way better. Like if I was in the movie theater, this is exactly what we needed in the movie theater. Just something like this. This benefits greatly off a distance simply because of how big the light source is. So right now we are looking at the Easy Glow 60-inch softbox with double layer diffusion. No, there's a disc in it. I didn't put the disc in it this time. I'm wondering right now if I should put the grid over it, but I think I like how, I feel like in this scenario you wouldn't really want to be trying to control the light to emulate a TV. Now this should be technically a harder light source. I removed the very front diffusion and kept the middle diffusion. I've never done this before, and I didn't realize I get a dark spot in the middle of my light. This is very interesting to find out. I don't want. Okay, so to tell you what happened is I just got a bunch of jobs this one time, right? And I think I am really in the need of an editor right now, but I just I've taken on too much work, and I do not have the systems in place in order to handle this much of a load. I mean, technically I do. It's just how I'm used to working. I am getting a tad bit stressed out. And on top of that, one job in particular that I've taken upon myself to do has just been extremely last minute. So kind of feel like I had this chicken running around. And that's one of my rules that I said I would not break, and I've broken it without a very good reason as to why. I guess I just got greedy in the moment. And yeah, I'm also very stressed because, or very, I don't even want to say stressed too much, but it's like flustered, I guess, because I had a job, right? I was there for video, but I ended up taking a few photos. One photo in particular did not transfer onto my drive from my memory card. I wiped my memory card and only realized today that the photo in particular wasn't there, and that was a very important photo. Yeah, I feel like this is another reason of why I don't do video and photo, because I was so occupied on making sure the videos are transferred. I didn't double check to see all the photos are transferred also. I think it's time for the Pavo Slim. So saying that the 120C is this is the Pavo Slim, by the way. It's a RGB light. I've tried the TV effect using the HSI colors. And this is to give you an example of what that looks like. Right now, I have the HSI at 200, saturation at 100, and the hue shift at 49. The speed is at 31, and the dimming's between 0 and 20%. I personally think 0 and 20% is probably right now, this is the CCT mode. So I'm gonna set it to the same settings I had on the 720. So CCT 56K. This also has green magenta shift. I'm leaving that at 0, and CCT shift at 2K. Personally, I like this. Right now I forgot to mention, right now it's in its hardest, or no, the second hardest light setting. This is with the pop-up diffusion right against the LEDs. And let's try it using the pop-up diffusion as normal. This is with the pop-up diffusion actually propped up. So I'll give this a second. Then I will take off. So this here right now is with the pop-up diffusion on with no diffusion actually in front of it. So it's actually functioning more like of a reflector that you'd get with any other cob light. But this is a panel light. I don't know why, but I feel like I like how hard the light source is now. I feel like this is not a test I did with the 720, but I kind of like it with the 60 just because it's a bigger light source. It's not a brighter light source. It's just a bigger light source. As without any additional modifiers. Right now I feel like it's too bright. So I think I'm going to turn this down from 0 to 20 to 0 to 5. And I feel like that gives me an acceptable brightness. I'm actually I don't know why. I feel like this looks kind of nice, really. Maybe I'll take it off of 0 and put that at 1%. For right now, I think that concludes the test. I think I like how everything turned out. I'll get a better idea in post of what I don't and don't like. But I really kind of like this highlight right here. This is cool. Also, camera settings have not changed. We're still using the same exact camera settings. Notes for myself. I feel like what if a backlight would have been nice? Maybe in this, maybe if I established the scene beforehand and said that there was like a kitchen light on, then this, they could have maybe had a backlight or some type of fill light here, which would have been cool. Note, I put it in a lower position, but I still did not fill in this bottom part, and I'm not mad that I didn't. Now I wonder if like, yeah, this is nice. I mean, it's right in front of my TV in the exact position, so this is actually quite an accurate description of how this would look. Maybe this would look cool if I used the 720B shot through the umbrella, constant light, about 0.1%, just to add some overall fill to the room so it doesn't completely get all the way black, right? It doesn't get all the way dark. And then position the Pavo Slim right in front of that light to do the TV effect. Because right now I'm the level of the room, the lowest level, is black once the light turns off. And that's probably one thing that I don't like, that I may like want to control, even though I'm turning off the light. I don't know. I mean, because it doesn't have to go black. Yeah. And this is a lamp right here. It's still in frame, so I guess even that could have been turned on. I could have had the Pavo, how about Pavo? The 60C shining through that. And maybe if I shine through the textures on the lamp, it create a very interesting highlight on my face. That is something to think about. And just overall how I can utilize this space. Yeah, I'm really doing this because my parents are home, my brother is not home, and I really don't want to be distracted when I do stuff like this. So hence why I'm taking the time to do this now, or like why I've never done anything like this. Else I'd be doing stuff. I'd probably not be doing stuff like this all the time, but I'd be doing more videos like this for sure. So this is another test that I'm doing. All that I've changed is I am filming in 8K standard RAW on the R5C. I just wanted to test that out. I'm shooting at 8,000 ISO with setting my base at 32,000, and same setup as the last time, as the last test. What I've also feel like I need to be more comfortable with is simply not trying to always perfectly expose the face, and just be comfortable with having it probably one or two stops underexposed and just calling it a day there. Because it's not like I have a super ultra low light camera like a Sony or something, which sometimes I do need, but I don't find myself needing in a lot of situations at this point in time. For the stuff I do, the you typically want to expose correctly, but I'm trying to figure out when and where to break that rule. And when to break that rule, I'm finding is when I want something to look dark. I can't have a dark scene, but my character is perfectly exposed. I need to figure out what details do I need to be seen and how low I can get them, while to to help sell that, oh, this is actually like, I mean, this is actually dark. This is a dark scene. You can't have a dark scene with a perfectly exposed face, I feel. Or like perfectly exposed to middle gray, or one stop above middle gray face, or you know what I mean? Yeah, I hope you got something out of this video. Just a quick note, this video was inspired by Blaine Westrop, and I feel like I'm kind of imitating him while doing this video. I don't know why. He does these type of videos all the time where he's just testing out gear, and he's just filming how he's testing out the gear. And I felt like this was something pretty cool to do, and I gain a lot of watching his videos. So I just would like to do the same thing he does for me, for y'all guys, and see what y'all think. Not necessarily like imitating one of his tests, but just trying to imitate how his tests are done.